one of the oldest sales scripts in the American machine. We have to beat Russia. We have to beat China. We have to stay ahead. We cannot fall behind. This is about national security. That framing turns a policy question into a loyalty test. Instead of asking, is this project good for the people who live there? The argument becomes, do you want China to win? That is propaganda because it narrows the public's thinking before the debate even starts. The trick is not that Russia or China are harmless. That would be a childish read. Rival powers are real. Espionage is real. Industrial competition is real. Military competition is real. The trick is that those real threats get used as a blank check. Build this. Fund this. Subsidize this. Approve this land deal. Accept this surveillance system. Accept this energy expansion. Accept this foreign policy posture. Accept this censorship regime. Accept this emergency power. Why? Because the enemy is coming. That is the emotional cage they build around the public argument. The citizen is not invited to examine the ledger. The citizen is pressured to pick a side in a race. And yes, people will say, other countries use propaganda. My country just informs me. That is the lie. Every major power uses propaganda. Every empire uses myth. Every state uses framing. Every corporate media system manufactures acceptable interpretations of events. The method changes, but the machine is ancient. In the West, propaganda usually does not look like a man in a uniform shouting orders from a loudspeaker. It looks cleaner. A polished news desk. A national security guest. A former intelligence official. A billionaire investor. A think tank expert. A lower third Chiron. A phrase repeated across networks. A moral panic. A foreign enemy attached to a domestic policy push. That is how it gets laundered. With these data centers, the propaganda chain is obvious. AI is the future. China wants to beat us in AI, therefore we need massive data centers. Therefore, local resistance slows America down. Therefore, opponents are suspicious, misinformed, anti-growth, or foreign-influenced. That is not neutral information. That is battlefield framing. The Watchman test is simple. When a public project is sold through fear of a foreign rival, stop and ask. Who profits? Who pays? Who loses land? Who loses water? Who loses local control? Who gets tax breaks? Who gets the power contracts? Who writes the legislation? Who appears on television to sell it? Who gets smeared when they object? That does not mean every project is evil. It means the sales pitch must be stripped down to the metal, because beat Russia and beat China are often not explanations. They are crowbars. They pry open the public wallet, pry open local zoning, pry open constitutional limits, and pry open the door for projects people might reject if they were explained plainly.